Hello and welcome to Motors for the Masses. Now, back in November 2020, we reviewed the Mash X-Ride 650 and people shouted then in their best French accent, "Hey, we need a 125 version." Well, France listened and the messieurs at Mash got round the table and shouted at the design department, "Make it happen!" In turn, the design department contacted the photocopy department and shouted at them, "Take the X-Ride 650 and reduce it to 82.4% and reduce the engine to 19.73%. And here it is, the 2022 Mash X-Ride 125. Let's roll the intro and get cracking. So what do we have? Well, using the higher sung engine, the X-Ride uses a double overhead cam, 4-stroke, single-cylinder, fuel-injected, liquid-cooled 125, developing 14.75 brake horsepower and 8.5 pounds-foot of torque. It uses a Delphi ECU and has a 6-speed gearbox with a top speed of around 63 miles per hour. We'll find that out later. You get 41mm upside-down forks on the front and a monoshock on the rear. Brakes use ABS with a 290mm front disc and a 240mm rear disc with double piston calipers both on the rear and on the front. With a 10.5 litre fuel tank, the bike is 1.99 metres long, 800mm wide, just over a metre tall, and the seat height is 800mm as well. Now, I am 5'10.5" with a 31.5-inch inside leg. I am flat-footed, comfortably on the seat, with my arms at a very good distance, and it's very comfortable. The seat's a little bit hard on the sides, but obviously once your legs are up and you're riding, that isn't going to be a problem. And I'm looking forward to getting out on the road and seeing just how well this engine performs. Using the same tyres you get on the dirt track from Mash, you've got a 17-inch wheel on the front, 17-inch wheel on the back, 110 tyre on the front and a 120 on the rear. I like the style of these, and these gold wheels really do work well with this black paintwork. In fact, it works well on any colour, I think, and I love the way this is designed. I really do. You've got the LED lights on here, quite a standard light you get these days on these units. Sequential LED indicators, a nice metal sump guard, a little rack for your enduro bag or box on there, or whatever you want to put on, and I do like this twin exit exhaust system. However, it's got an offset fuel cap, and for the OCD among us, it should be there. But there you go, it's because it's too close to the frame, so it wouldn't work. I get that. E5 or E10 fuel, but as we've said in many videos, I wouldn't put E10 in anything. False economy, and it's just rubbish. And watch all my other videos to find out why. I'm not going to say it all again. Now, I quite like the key location here, although if you had a key ring on, it might make it a bit awkward. However, when you turn the dash on, it's quite simple looking, but it's got everything you need. Gear indicator, speedo, fuel gauge, rev counter along the bottom there. Quite simple, but it works very well with the style of the bike. And I like that the swing arm is aluminium as well. Very nice feature. The welds and the frame look pretty well done. Everything looks pretty solid and very good quality. If we were to look at negatives, I would say I'm not a fan of the chrome around the outside of that light. I think that would have been better black, personally. And just a tiny little thing, the finishing off of the way that's welded to that doesn't look brilliant, does it? I mean, it's a minor thing in comparison to the rest of the bike, but it's minor things like that that annoy me, because it's like, just finish that off, make it better. So then let's take a look at these lights, see what they're like, and then we'll have a listen to the bike before we take it out on the road. So when you switch the ignition on, you get your DRL around there. Bearing in mind the lights are bright at the moment, or the sun is bright, so it... But then when you start the bike, you've got your lights on here, and your main light on there, main beam. Now if you can see that in the sunlight, then we're doing well. And the indicators, as I say, sequential LEDs. I do like a sequential LED. I have them on many bikes. Let's have a look at the back end. So I'll be honest, it's not a huge light, but hopefully you can be seen. Brake light is fine, and say the indicators are absolutely fine. Being a 125, of course, it is quiet because it's Euro 5-ness and 2022, and there's nothing you can do about that. Let's have a listen to it. Yep, sounds like a 125. The bike is said to do 108 miles per gallon, but of course that is not real world figures, and it produces just 61 CO2s, which incidentally is half of what is produced by a 1 litre 70 horsepower Fiat 500 hybrid, which is nice. Looks-wise, MASH have never had a problem in that department. They've managed to pull off a little bit of modern with full retro very, very nicely, and this is no exception. It looks phenomenal. And in a minute, we'll find out what it's like to ride.
Well, initially, I have to say, the gears seem very close together, but we're up to 40. Seems to get up to speed as it should, really. No worries there. Well, guess what? ABS works. That was good. That stopped really well. Bloody traffic lights. So, initial thoughts, comfortable, short gears, I'm in 5th doing 35, 6th gear doing 40. Mirrors are alright, I can see out of them, I still see fine, about 75 to 80%, so that's not too bad. Dash is very easy to see. Gear change is pretty good, nice and positive. I am having to move my foot more than usual because I'm still nursing my broken leg. I think it's okay now, but I'm having to be a little bit careful with it. Because what I don't want to do is twist my ankle too much. It's quite quiet. It's not vibey in any way, and it feels a little bit small, but not dinky, if you know what I mean. I think it's because you've got no frontage on this style of bike, and you're quite close to the front end. So pull away is fine. Yeah, it does what it's supposed to do. Nice and smooth, good gear change. Very manoeuvrable. Feels very flicky. I like these tyres as well. They're not knobbly. You've got no issues with the tyres on the road. There's no road noise from the tyres. Engine feels comfortable enough, but again, it needs to run in, so we can't thrash it. But so far, it seems quite a nice ride, to be honest. It's a little bit windy here and there today, but I'm not being blown around all over the place. very easy to set at 40. Doesn't feel strange. At 40 miles an hour I'm doing 6,500 RPM. Not quite sure where it red lines, because obviously at the moment we're on the black line. I'm assuming that turns to red. Let me see. I'll drop it down into 5th, 4th even. Up to 9,000, and it will go up to 12. I don't want to thrash it too much, as I say. New engine. Very light. So simple to manoeuvre. Everything is easy to reach. Switch gears, etc., etc. I say, because of the way the tank is designed, you do feel as though you're sitting on top of the bike a little bit, not in it. But that goes with the style that it is, because it's sort of a retro-ish scrambler style. So it goes. I wouldn't expect anything less, to be honest. Do I have any criticisms at this stage? No, I don't think I do. It's light, it's nimble, it's not overly powerful. It's got 14.75 horsepower, but as I say, it's still running in, so it's difficult to tell what sort of top speed you'll get in the real world, 63 on paper, until you've given the engine a proper running in. It's very easy to ride. Instead of the X-Ride, they should call it the E-Ride, but easy to ride. Bearing in mind these are new tyres, it takes them very, very easily, it takes the corners very, very easily. I wonder if perhaps the gearing could be a little bit longer in each gear, but we don't know until we get up to speed just how that's going to fare in the rev. It's good brakes, and it doesn't dive as well. Suspension seems really good. It doesn't dive as you go down on the brakes. It does dip into the corners really easily. I'm in 6th gear now. I'm up to 50 miles an hour at just over 9,000 RPM. Gear change is very good. Up to 50 and then into 6th. Yeah, I can see it easily doing 60, no problem at all. No problem. And I should imagine a bit more. Well, it's quite easy to ride. Very comfortable. As a little cruiser, you just want to go down the country lanes as well. Very nice, very nimble, as I said. I haven't got any complaints about the way it rides at all. You don't get any vibes through the seat, you don't get any vibes through the foot pegs, you don't get any vibes through the handlebars. It takes it all very nicely. Suspension is quite forgiving. This is quite a bumpy road, and it's not hurting me or jolting me. You can hear by my voice that I'm still managing to speak okay. An all-round, very, very pleasant ride indeed.
So there we go. Now the bike is available in 2 colours, and now if you're old enough to remember the Yamaha XT500, then white is available. If not, black is an option for you if you're not quite old enough to remember that. The bike comes with a 2-year parts and labour warranty, and the servicing is actually pretty good. The first service is 1,000 kilometres, which is 625 miles, something like that, or 6 months, whichever comes first, and then it's every 12 months or 5,000 kilometres, which is 3,100 miles after that. Now that, I think, is pretty good. Price-wise, it's £3,999 on the road. And that brings me to the end of this episode of Motos for the Masses. Thank you very much for joining me. I'll be back again next time with something else. What have we got? We've got various things coming up. Oh, Jamie and I are heading to the ABR Festival. Yes, the Adventure Bike Festival in Warwickshire. So if you're about, hopefully we'll see you there. If not, we'll be riding various different bikes, lots of exciting new adventure bikes, and we'll be reporting from there as well. So hopefully we'll see you there. If not, we'll have it on YouTube as soon as we can when I get back. So that's all I have to say. If you have any comments, please leave them in the comment section below. If you have any questions about this bike or anything else, please leave them in the comment section below, or you can contact us through our email or Facebook page or anything like that whatsoever. You can click the notification bell if you want future videos popping up. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Please share and like this video and all that other gubbins that goes with everything else I have to say at the end of the video. And that's all I have to say. So until next time, please ride and drive carefully, but have fun. Bye-bye. Now you get to see me try and stand up with my legs still a bit weird. Oh, there we go. We're all good. Moving on.